What is the research design? Right? Generally, research design is the arrangement of conditions for collection analysis of data to manner that aims to combine the relevance to the research purpose, economy in the procedure. Simple words you can say research design is a arrangements of right collection of data and analyze the data. Analyze the data. Simple words. The research design is the some kind of arrangement of how to can collect the data. In that case, what how to can collect the data? Data is can collected on the basis of first design, right? Sample. What is the sample and what is the sample size and what is the right area we have to find. That is the how to can find out the data particular survey, right, in the particular area, particular problem, and after that, how to can calculate it through which sample, different types of sample you can use. What are the different types of sample you can use, right? Maybe sometimes probability sampling, non-probability sampling, right? You can discuss the different type how the sampling methods. How to can use the sampling method, whether the random sampling method, systematic sampling method, stratified random sampling method, how to can use and how to can collect the data through primary data, secondary data. If you can collect the primary data, what is the sources? The questionnaire is the one source. If you can use the questionnaire, how to can collect the data randomly, stratifiedly, clusterly, right? Quota sampling, different types of sample design you can discuss. And research design is the design can find out the solution on the basis of the collection of the variables. On the basis of right, so helpful to the researcher, right, to can find out the solution. Generally, the real questions you can find out before going to research design. Each and every researcher has to understand what is the study about. So why you have to study the COVID-19 and why the study began made. So how can you can study the you can study the that that study and what type of data is required in research and what kind of right study material is required and what type of data is collecting and is the style of the reporter prepared, what the kind of testing hypothesis you can conduct and what type of the report writing has to be conducted. These are all the questions you can answer according to that, right? You can design the research. How to can design the research? Generally, the research according to these views, the research has to divide it into there are four categories. One is you can say types of right research design. Research design on the basis of the question what kind of data you can collect it and why you have to study this topic and how can you can find out the data. All these questions you can find out that there according to that you can divide into there are different research design. One is the sampling design. One is the sampling design. First foremost, right, important design is the sampling design. In the case of the sampling design, it deals with the method of selecting items to be observed in the given study. The method of right, the sampling design is right reference to the collection of samples to observed in the study. In the study, the collection of samples. Sampling means sampling design. The collection of the samples to can study the problem of the particular right research. That is, this is the sampling design. The economist, some other right. Suppose diagnostic hypothesis. You can say laboratories or they can conduct the sampling research design. They are designed according to the sampling. And the second research design is observational design. The observational design. According to this observational design, you can observe observational design is which related to conditions under which the observation are to be made. What kind of observation? Suppose in the case of communication, mass communication, in the case of political science, students they can use this observational design. According to that, they can find out the new things and new facts, right? So new facts and new theories has to find out the according to these things. And after that, the statistical design. So in the case of statistical design. And fourth, then there's a statistical design. Most of the things you can find out the data on the basis of questions of how many items are to be observed. Particularly the data we have to collect. Suppose reports, NSSO report, annual survey report, World Bank report, all are they can collect this statistical design. Last, the most important is the operational design. Fourth one, the operational design. So according to this operational design, suppose example defense. In the case of defense, the operational design we have to design the all the research. So according to you can identify right technique whatever the techniques whatever the methods you can use in the defense mode you can observe this operational design. All the designs the research is designed on the basis of the whatever the finding of the problem on particular issues. So according to that, they above all these four type of observation research design. What are the basic features of the important features of the research design? The basic features of the research information system. According to it is planned to can getting the source of the information and data. Basic characteristics of the research design. And another one, it is the strategy specific which approach will be right. Find out the problem. It is the strategy to can find out the problem, and it is also include the time and cost findings. That is the most important characteristics of the research design. If we have the proper research design, first the systematic information you can get how to can systematically conduct the research first point, and they can reduce the time and reduce the cost findings things, and also you can find out the facts findings of the particular area. According to that, you can right to getting the minimum of the time and save, and after that you can show that the cost of the variables, right? And also you can find out the exact variables what will impact on the particular problem. So that in that case you must have to find out the different types of the research things. After that you can discussing about what is the sample, what is the sample, different types of samples, and what kind of samples you can use, systematic sample, and what is this. So you can discussing about here in the independent variable is independent variable is directly impact on or impact on the dependent variable, or that is you can call it extraneous variable. In the case of extraneous variable, sometimes you can control over the population, control over the sample. That is you can call that sometimes if you manipulate it, sometimes you cannot manipulate the variables. If the manipulated experimental research, you cannot manipulate it non-experimental research. These all are the some basic concept of the research design. So what are the different research designs? Different research designs also discussed here in this Kothari book. What are the different research designs? Research designs on the basis of right case of the exploratory research studies, research design and the cases of descriptive and diagnostic research studies, right? And research design on the basis of right uh, analytical research design, right? So and testing hypothesis research design. That are three types of research design. That means already we discussed the previous class. What kind of research, what kind of object we can discuss. Research design in the case of fundamental research, research design in the case of descriptive research, research design in the case of hypothesis testing design. Research designs we can discuss. After that, you can come into the sample design. What is the sample? What is the sample design? So on. So now we can discussing about the sampling, non-sampling, design of the sample survey. Next chapter, most important chapter in this, that is second unit according to the IGNOU, that is the second unit, right? Uh, Design of sample survey. I think research design is covered. So I think we can cover the sampling. Then we can cover the sample covered, right? So now we can discuss design of sampling sample survey. Design of sample survey. So generally, what is the sample subset of the population? Sample is, you can say, subset of the population. And what is the population? Population is, right, set of all, right, elements of the interest in a study. Set of all, right, interest in a study. Interest in a study. What about the see, sample population? You can say population is not a population. There are 132 crores population, not a population. Population is like, in the case of that population, in terms of research, the set of all elements of the inset of the interest in the study. That means if we have to conduct the research in Delhi, right, a case study of Delhi. Suppose you can find out the problem, define the problem is, right, the COVID-19 the cases, right, impact on the livelihood in the Delhiians. A case study of West Delhi or South Delhi. This is the one. Find out the problem. Livelihood of the particular laborers. Livelihood particular some middle family, right? Livelihood about those the people that they lose their jobs. How it is impact on, right, the COVID-19 pandemic situation. In the case of case study, you can say that a case study in South Delhi, North Delhi. So, according to that, the interest on the study, you can set up the population. You don't collect it entire Indian population, entire India other state population. You can collect it only on the basis of the population in the interest on study. That is you can call as population. What is the sample? The subset of the population, the sample. All this population, we cannot collected all the Delhi population. We collected the population on only the subset of the population, that is you can call a sample. The samples, how many samples? You can collect the samples only 250 or 300 samples. The samples you can call as subset of the population. How you can, right, collected generally all items in a field of inquiry concept, you can call it universe or also can call it as population. What is the sample design? You can, according to that, you can design the sample design. The sample design is the definite plan to define it, the plan to obtaining a sample from a given population. You can obtaining information sample from a given population. So understand what is the sampling design. So sampling design is the design to can getting the information on the basis of the population, on the basis of the universe. Universe is also called as population. Universe means samples. Right. So what are the steps to can sampling design? There are different steps to can conduct the samples. One is first objectives. According to the objectives, you can collect the data, either the 250 samples or the 350 samples, according to your problem. According to our problem, that problem is that COVID-19 cases. According to that problem, you can find out the right samples. How many samples first to go for the any hospitals, quarantines, right? Some COVID-19 cases hospitals. You can go for that and you can getting the some samples. Right. Why you have to give in the more example in that? Because this is the latest one. You can give in the more example on different ways. Right. So object according to the objective you can calculate the different data collection, sample collection. Second one, on the basis of population. Right, suppose Delhi population is something about around right crores, 5 crores or 5 lakhs, 7 lakh. Example I will give in. So according to that population, you meet the objectives of the study. Alright, according to that, you can meet the population of the study. Objectives. Objective population means most of the things you can about the entire population means you can discussing about the according to the population you can getting the sample size. Suppose in Uttar Pradesh there is population more, you can get the more sample there. In Delhi the population is compared to very less, you can getting the some sample. But there is no uh, and third one. What is the third one? In the case of third one, the most important is sampling units. Sampling units. In the case of sampling design, sampling units is also most important. Units means you can divide the specific places. In Delhi, Southwest Delhi, Northwest Delhi, and West Delhi, how many samples you can collect? That is the sampling units. Different types of the sample, states or district, areas, right? Panchayatis. You can compulsory just divide the sampling units. Different units has to cut in the each and every unit. How you can collect the samples? How many? If suppose 250 samples. Out of 250 samples, 50 samples from one area, 50 samples from another area, 50. So you can divide it the clusters, right? You can divide the clusters. You can taking into the units, right? And sampling units. And last, the size of the sample. Size of the sample. Generally, it depends upon the research. Sample is dependent. Sample is fixed. Suppose if I conduct the one research paper, just for 100 150 samples are required. It's enough. If you are conduct the project work, 250 300 samples are required. It's enough. In the case of PhD, that means you can submit the report to the government. You must have to take around at least 1000, 2000, maybe 500, 300. It depends upon the topic, depend upon the size of the right sample. It depend upon the area of the work. Interest. Parameters of interest. Parameters of the interest is also one kind of sampling design, right? In the case of sampling design, the researcher write that the variables which variables are which sample, right? So this is the some kind of parameters of the interest. That means parameters means what kind of variable should have to prepare. What kind of variable? First we have to prepare that those the people in the case of COVID-19 cases, those the people who have traveled for last 3 months. First we have to getting the samples there, and after that those your people they right already COVID person has to positive their relatives, the family members, whole system, whole unit has to can connect the one sample. After that, they go to the some hospitals or so on. So that means the parameters of the interest, that means different variables you can find out the different kinds of. These are all are the sampling design. After the designing samples, you can find out the right what kind of samples you can design and what kind of data you can collect it. After that, you can discussing about right. You can discussing about the what is the methods you can use sampling methods. Whether you can use the sampling methods or random sampling methods, whether you can using the random sampling methods, right? So you can look at the samplings are generally divided to two types of sampling. One is the probability sampling, and so generally sampling has to discuss sampling method. Now you can discussing about sampling method. What is the sampling method? The sampling method you can divide it to the two types, right? One is the probability sampling. Another one is non-probability sampling. Non-probability sampling. In the case of probability sampling, you can again you can divide it into different types of samples. Right? One is simple random sampling, simple random sample, systematic random sampling, systematic random sampling, and another one, stratified random sampling, stratified random sampling, and cluster random sampling, cluster random sampling. According to the non-probability sampling, we can discussing about convenience random sampling and judgment random sampling, judgment, convenience sampling, judgment sampling, quota sampling. Right? Six of the sample design. You can after the design the sample, how you can collect the data, right? Sample data, and you can discussing about the sampling methods. What type of method you can use to get collected the samples. That you can call as sample methods. The sampling methods are generally probability sampling method and non-probability sampling method. Probability sampling method also you can call it as random sampling and chance sampling. Right? Probability sampling also you can call it as, this is you can call it as probability sampling, you can call it as random sampling, and also you can call it as chance sampling. You can call it as probability sampling. In purpose of sampling, this is you can call it as deliberative sampling, purposeful sampling, purposeful sampling. What is the probability and what is the non-probability? Look at here. What is, we already know. Sampling you can divide it two types: probability, non-probability. Probability means there is a chance of you can getting the information. That you can, that's why you can call it probability sampling. We also called as random sampling or chance sampling. Maybe sometime you can getting the samples on the basis of randomly, and maybe sometimes there is a chance, right? You can say, so in the initial stage of fundamental research, pure research, you can use the simple random sampling. We can discussing about each type of the sampling method. What is the different types of sampling method? Where you have to use this random sampling methods in the different fields. Right? Non-probability sampling means it's a kind of right behavior samplings, kind of purposeful sampling, kind of quota, kind of different. That is non-probability. Non-probability. There is no chance to can get into one sample to can get the another one. No chance sampling. Only here some cluster sampling. You can say that different convenience judgment and cluster behavior. You can get into some information, right? So what is the simple random sampling, stratified and systematic sampling, and what is the quota and the cluster sampling, so on. Different, you can discuss in each and every one. Generally, simple random sampling, the random method assign the equal probability of including the simple word you can say each unit of the population has an equal probability of the selection. That is the simple random sampling. In the case of simple random sampling is right. Each unit of the population has an equal probability of the right selection. Suppose what is this? If you can selected one variable or one person, if you selected another person, there is equal chance to can getting the information. Probability of the chance. That means there is a probability to can getting the information each and every individual population. That you can call as simple random sampling. Generally, simple random sampling you cannot only you can use in the case of sampling methods. Simple random sampling means each unit of the samples you can select it randomly, or you can say each unit of the population has an equal probability of selection. Each unit of the population has chance to probability of the selection. That means you can select one variable, you can select another variable. There is a chance to can get the same information on that particular right random sampling. And what about the Later you can discuss systematic sampling. What are the stratified sampling? Sorry. So what about the systematic sampling? First, we can discuss systematic sampling. Systematic sampling is the sampling. First unit you can select it randomly, then automatically other units are automatically selected. That is you can call it as systematic sampling. Systematic sampling means this is used generally we are using the random sampling, that is systematic random sampling. Systematic random sampling are you can discussing about right. First you can select it randomly, right, and automatically they selected remaining samples. That means suppose in a classroom there are 50 students are there. If suppose you can identify which student has to get in the more score in the particular subject of the economics, yes, right. So in that case, you can select it the first randomly one, first number, third number, and fifth number, seventh number, and automatically second, third, second, fourth, and sixth numbers automatically it is selected. That is you can call as systematic random sampling. That you can collect all the information. You can collect all the information on the basis of the randomly systematically. And what about the cluster? The cluster sampling is the sampling method. You can divide it into population into different right clusters, different groups or different uh, different groups of the samples. That samples design has to different size. That means in the cluster sampling, right, in the particular example, in the school classmates 550 students, you can divide it to above 80% students, right, one cluster, above 70% students, one cluster, 60% students, one cluster. You can divide it to different clusters into the particular samples. That is you can call it cluster sample. So now you can say cluster sampling would divide different groups. Simple random sampling, you can each unit of the sample you can collect it. Systematic, first you can randomly, after that automatically select it. What about the stratified random sampling? The stratified random combination of simple random sampling plus cluster sampling. Cluster cluster sampling. That means stratified random sampling you can use in the case of surveys, in the case of right reports, the annual reports, in the case of World Bank report, they are used this stratified random sampling. First, they are collected the samples on the basis of the simply, randomly, and after that they can divide the clusters. Then they can calculate the entire the whole population. That is can called as stratified random sampling. Clear? Simple. Each unit of the population selected. Systematic. First randomly they are selected. After that automatically it is selected the sample. Stratified. First simple. After that cluster. Cluster is the different groups. Cluster is you can say different things. This is the kind of the probability samplings. And what about the non-probability sampling? The non-probability sampling is there different types of non-probability. Convenience sampling and judgment sampling, and after that you can discuss that, right? Quota sampling. So what is the quota sampling? Quota sampling most important. Sometimes they can ask the short answer question. Quota sampling is under each investigator is assigned a number of sample unit which he must attain. Here Quota sampling is the sample non-probability sampling when divided to each unit of the sampling. Suppose here, South Delhi 1 unit, West Delhi 1 unit, right? East Delhi 1 unit. You can divide it each unit of the samples. So investigator has to get in the maximum level. You can say cluster is same as the quota. Quota is different and cluster is different. Cluster is divided to different groups. But here quota is right. You can also make the sample proportion correspond to the subpopulation of the proportion. Population divided into subpopulation. So that means suppose in the quota sampling divided into right subpopulation population. Suppose in a yesterday I am taking into one cluster, not cluster is the different Delhi. But quota is the within the population, subpopulation you can divide. Suppose in one family there are 5 members. Within the cluster or within the one area, right? One population sample I can take. In the population sample, there is a 5 members in the family. I can divide it each and every person subpopulation. I can ask one HO head of the head of the population, head of the family, and after I can ask another person. After that, I can ask another person. That means I have to divide it into subpopulation, the particular population. That is you can call as quota sampling, right? And what about the judgment sampling? The judgment sampling is the sampling you can divide it to, right, the selection of the unit of the sampling, which particular unit are to study, what are the particular units to make study. Judgment sampling is the sampling we can discussing about the only particular sample. Suppose our question is finding of the problem is COVID. If you find out the sample only that particular patient, we cannot collect it. Those the people they have the diabetes, those the people they have the some other problem. We cannot find out whether the problem, the positive cases will happen the particular problem. We cannot divert any population. That is judgment. Judgment population, the population we can find out only the particular area population, particular area sample. That is judgment sampling. Next, aerial sampling, that is then also called as convenience sampling, is also called as aerial sampling. Under this unit, right, divided into small area units are big, different units, right? So convenience sampling is according to researcher convenience, they can divide it into small samples, large sample, small unit, large unit, different convenience. That's why then conveniently they can collect the samples, right? So this is some kind of different sampling methods. So under this sampling method, you can find out the different types of sampling, right? Systematic, random, simple, random sampling. You can find out the how to can collect the samples and how you can use these different types of sampling methods. According to that, you can design, you can collect the samples, right, on the basis of the data. So what data you can collect it? The data you are collected the different ways. Data collection. Next, what is the data collection? The data collection is some of the, right, information you can collect it from the sample design, sample population. So data collection is the different type, two types of data collection. One is two types of collection. One is primary data and another one is secondary data. What is the primary data and what is the secondary data? Primary data is the data we are collected the samples on the basis of, right, direct interact to the respondents through questionnaire. Suppose in the quantitative research, we are designing the questionnaire to can different variables. You can collected the variables or the collected the information on the basis of direct method. Direct method means you can collected the information on directly respondent samples. Then you can call that primary data. According to that primary data, you can describe the whatever the analysis, describe the what is the exactly, right, the thing. And after that, secondary data. What is the secondary data? The secondary data is the data you can collected the information, it is already exist in it. That means already some people are there collected, are there published, right, according to availability of the data, right? Secondary data is the data which is already exists in the society or in the economy. You can collect the data, but you can quote it that references. That is you can call that primary data. So there are primary data are the simple data, the survey data, right? And secondary data is the census data and planning data. Census data what? The census reports data, NSSO data, planning commission data, World Bank report data, agriculture development report data, statistic, yes, NSO, National Statistical Organization data, all are different resources. Second, suppose different field, different secondary data is available. But primary data, the primary data is the data the researcher has to collect the information on primary basis on the interaction basis through questionnaire. That is the primary and secondary. Sometimes they can ask what is the data collection, different types of the data collection, how it is useful in the right in a real real economy. In the general question actually, the data collection is a kind of population collection. You can conduct in the research. There are two types of the research. That is the primary and secondary data. Primary data is the data researcher is the so on, and secondary data is the different types of research, even the reports, agriculture, industry, service sector, in all kind of knowledge you can getting the some information secondary data. What kind of benefits? The benefits are, in the case of data collection, you can testing the hypothesis of the all the variables. Second, you can getting the accurate data, whatever the data is available, that is accurate, and the data is official. The data it should be official data. It will be helpful to the researcher in getting the more findings of the problem, right? And after that, low cost of expenditure, cost is less. You can collect this secondary data, maybe primary data also. If you can specific area, specific sample design, specific research design, you can find out the lower the cost of expenditure, and easy to can collect the information, and you can easy to can getting the maximum information. There are so many general observation you can find out the different understanding. So this is, I think, today